Welcome back to Video Recon, your channel for outdoor adventures. And today I've got a great treat for you. I'm going to take you to Timpanooke Campground, and that's right on the backside of the famous Mount Timpanogos in Utah. And this is going to be a little bit of a long one, but that's because driving up to the campground and through the campground is like going on a tour of the mountain. It's very sparse and lots of room, and it goes for a long ways with this beautiful scenery. And so the beginning of this, we've got just kind of like a ranger station that they have, because we're going to show you where the trail is for Mount Timpanogos, the trailhead. And then on the other side, we've got the lovely camp host site, of course. I'm kind of jealous. It'd be pretty sweet to have that site, to be honest with you. And then there's a group campsite back there, units 1 and 2, that you can see with all the tables and everything. But stunning. You can see they just take great care of the whole facility. It's also over there on the right still. It goes for quite a ways. And then coming up in a second here, we'll come across another group unit and I'll introduce you to that. So to get here, you either take the Alpine Loop from Provo Canyon, or you take the Alpine Loop from American Fork Canyon, one from the north, one from the south, and it's about halfway up. But this whole area is just amazingly gorgeous. Here's that other group unit, so the unit 3 there. It's kind of hard to get into those units, they're always roped off, but if you have a large get-together, perfect place for you. So now we're going to be approaching the trailhead area. So I'll give you a little shot of the Timpanooke trailhead from Mount Timpanogos. And you can see the mountains in the background there as well. So here's the trailhead right here to the left. And I mean, just look how beautiful that wilderness area is. If you go on this trail, beware that a lot of that is wilderness area. You need to be respectful, including your drones, staying on the trail, not approaching wildlife. All the regular rules apply. Most of them outside of the wilderness area as well. But beautiful area. Pay your dues. It's about $6 for 3 days. Not too bad. And if it's summer and on the weekend, make sure you come very, very early. I'm talking like 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes to get a parking spot. It gets that busy and you don't want to be towed on the side of the road here. That's the easier trail to go up Mount Timpanogos. I personally like Aspen Grove better just because of the scenery. It's even that much better than that. I've been on both trails. There's the beautiful creek that runs through. And we haven't even gotten to the campgrounds yet. There's 2 loops. There's A and B. We're going to start off with A, of course. But this is the approach to just the campgrounds. Like, that's incredible. And from this area, you can see for a long ways. You can see Lone Peak. You can see all sorts of things. We're almost there, folks. You can again see Mount Timpanogos in the background, way off about 7.5 miles away. And that mountain, for all you that don't know, is about 11,800, 900, somewhere in there. It's almost 12,000 feet. Prepare for that hike if you do it. It's worth it, but be prepared for it. And I do have some other videos that you can check out that have to do with that mountain, with that hiking that mountain. So this is the exit for Loop B. You'll see where we enter Loop B and it's just a huge loop. So don't turn left there. It's a one-way road. But Loop A is coming up pretty quick here on the right hand side. I love this place, man. So here's Loop A. And this is kind of a small, quaint loop. It'd be kind of hard to get trailers in and out of this, so I probably recommend mostly tent camping here, just because it's kind of a one-way. It's kind of tight packed a little more than the other loop, and it's back end only. And it's also often washed out, so I would just do your car, your truck, whatever, maybe a small trailer, and I would just tent camp if possible. They might not even allow trailers, I'm not sure. Little outhouses there. They're big sites. I mean, look how much area you have to park there. Like I say, you don't see a lot of trailers here, so. A few bikers there. It's a little bit primitive, but really well maintained. And again, one of the things I look for in campsites is I'm not stacked on top of my neighbor, and you can see these are very well spread out campsites. And we're gonna go around the loop here. We might have missed a couple of campsites around this loop, not facing the camera the other way, but you get the most of them. And this is pretty much it for loop A. So again, this is kind of a longer video, so if you don't want to check out loop A, jump to loop B. Just kind of scrub around in the video a little bit to find what you want. Some cute little puppies there. And we're gonna kind of jump ahead over to the exit and head towards loop B. And loop B, the entrance isn't too far up, and it's going to be on our left-hand side, so that whole area behind those trees is part of loop B there. And that road ends a little bit up ahead. There's kind of a turnaround point. So loop B, here we go. And this is my favorite of the two loops. And there's space for days. Look how far this campsite is from another campsite. And you can definitely pull trailers into this one. 100%. Still waiting to get to another campsite, man. Then finally you get to one. I mean, that's crazy. I love that. You're just out in the bush. It's great. And there's always wildlife of some sorts in this area. This is like a campground drive-through and just a driving tour in one. That's how sprawled out it is, man. It feels like I'm just highway driving. And there's another view, not the trailhead, but look at that clear shot of Timp there in the background. Again, the creeks running through in the spring, they're really high as the park opens. Make sure you stay on the trails. You don't want to get stuck in the brush, and you don't want to hurt the vegetation. Look at this space, man. It's so great. Sometimes you just feel like you're kind of packed in, and that's not the case with this one. I believe, if I remember right, I filmed this on a weekday, so this is not too crowded. It could be way more crowded, of course, but again, you have this space, so if you get a reservation, it's good to book in advance. And the season's pretty short. The season's, you know, between like May to September, maybe early October, and so it's not very long. Look at that, like almost a double site there. They got a bunch of tents and everything. Look at the space in those sites. I love how well kept those little outhouse buildings are. They're kind of quaint with the rustic look. There's a few campsites back there. I love those off-road campsites. They're kind of nice and quiet. Look how far back that is. Those tents, like beautiful tent pads back there. A lot of tent campers. And we're almost out of the loop now. And there's a lot of ferns on the ground in there. Like, there's just no area where it's not covered in vegetation. It's so green, it's crazy. I love this area. It's definitely one of the most beautiful places, the Timpanogos area, that I've ever been to. I feel like this would be a great video just to play like at a Cabela's or something, just to check out the area. All right, just a couple more sites. So all this back here is just tent only, like basically walk in. You can't really see it very well, and I didn't want to like invade anyone's privacy, but it's kind of a cool little primitive area. There's the creek again. And you're gonna see us come right back onto the road where I said not to enter. And then we're just gonna hustle on to the end. So man, what a beautiful area. I definitely recommend you going to Timpanooke and camping. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit that button and subscribe to the channel. and we will catch you on that next video. Bye for now.